Maybe I'm blind. Now I'm questioning my memories.
Maybe it's different for each person.
It's possible. Okay, so it's GH Miracle in the offlane and Kuro Mind Control in the safe lane.
Something a little bit different for the off lane. I mean, with the Luna, you don't have an insane amount of attack range, so you don't mind all too much about getting up in their face, especially when you've got this Wisp that's able to, you know, fight. Doesn't have any sort of turn rate, so he doesn't need to worry about that. He's able to get a lot of harass going on. And he's just dancing underneath the disco ball as well.
Okay, so bottom looks like Gambit is investing a lot down here. Yeah, he gets slowed. There's no Orb of Venom on XS Vampire, so no extra slow from him. But he does have the boots.
Yeah, and he's got it queued up, so similar to what you were saying before, it seems pretty viable. Kuro, mindful of being harassed all too much in the lane, he's got that buckler early on. And looks like they're doing a little bit of a lane swap here. Mind Control walking up towards the top side.
So maybe the lanes weren't exactly what they expected. But they could just be running an aggressive tri-lane here to start now that they've seen Gambit's lanes. Which Gambit's lanes are pretty standard, so I feel like there aren't any surprises coming out from that.
Yeah, if Gambit did want to change things up, they could. They've got this really deep Observer Ward place, so they know Miracle's on the bottom side. But for now, he's just going to stay on this safe lane. Try his best to do some body blocks because you've got 3 Nigma heroes on the top side for now. I've got a full understanding of where XS Vampire is as well. Yeah, and there we go. The TP just comes straight down from GH. Oh, Maria?
Will it make it? Yeah, the CM right click is strong enough. I'm not... What kind of kill potential do you expect down here? Will Miracle be able to take anyone out with Leash and a few stacks, or is GH not quite a strong enough support to do that?
I think he needs to build up a few stacks. I think you need level 3 minimum. With this build that YOY's got, it's basically the exact same one that I consistently go. It gives you a lot of kill potential at that level 2 mark, which I think Gambit will especially need to try and transition into the mid-game. You know, 3 mangoes, you can just spam out your first 2 abilities and try and get an early pick-off.
And in the top lane, XS Vampire just running through the trees, trying to be annoying. And there's a lot of hot pepper fighting going on.
Some hot potato.
It's a very, very spicy top lane. Maybe it's because of it's looking spicy.
Could be.
Yeah, GPK's pretty low.
He was slow here from YYY. If he was a little bit faster, he could have actually frozen him underneath the tower and guaranteed that kill for his team, but not opting to use it quick enough.
And in the mid lane, GPK and Weeha, both of them almost died. There was a clutch fairy fire from Wee to keep him alive here. So both mid laners pretty low right now. It looks like they're even as well,
Blizzy,
although a few more denies on
Blizzy's
GPK.
doing exactly what he needs to as well. He's pulling this lane through. I don't want to be dramatic, but the fact that they didn't get a kill early on there with YYY, that's basically lane losing. He used all of his mangoes. He's been left alone. There's some great understanding as well. The fact that Blizzy was doing this pull through and they get the first blood as a result.
Yeah. And up top, we also see the treant fall, so... Okay, good to know. Thank you for that contribution, Nigma. So they lose the Wraith King up top in getting that treant, but still 2-1 for Nigma. And so in the mid lane, GPK winning so far, doing a little better on the denies, but has been forced out of lane at the moment and is going to have to run back to middle, giving Weeha a lot of space by himself here.
Yeah, absolutely, he's getting a lot of denies off as well. And, well, he's doing his best to try and shove this wave in as much as he can. He doesn't want to burn too much mana doing it though, so just getting the denies through as much as possible. he's again going to be another lane 1 if this continues.
Mind
wonder
control
if that means-
taking some harass up top. I don't think they have the damage. That Orb of Venom is out, but the slow's not enough. And the soccer ball goal to clinch the escape. And something interesting that Mind Control is doing here is he has a Quelling Blade and he's against a tree. He's been deforesting this top lane consistently to prevent Excess Vampire's ability to walk around invis and land some of his spells. I think Mind Control's in a little more trouble at this point. Yeah, he'll fall. Little too aggressive there.
A little too aggressive. Kuroki leaving the lane means he doesn't have that buckler, as well as, well, he actually hasn't even skilled up the Divine Favor, going for a much more aggressive style here on Kuro. That's really odd. I think 1 point in it is always going to be value.
Well, maybe they just want to kill. I mean, I guess they just want to kill people. They played pretty aggressive last game, so this doesn't surprise me. And when your 2 supports are a Chen IO, I could see the value in wanting to have kill potential on what are a little more defensive supports usually.
Yeah, I suppose, but you're able to get a lot more aggressive if you've got the HP to be able to do so, right? So.
Dream, what does Dream have flying out? All right, Dream's got boots on the way. We'll be able to chase down Mind Control even more effectively. Kuro is here to assist this time, so Mind Control won't fall. I'd say Dream is probably having a slightly better game this time around. We'll have to keep an eye if they stack for him. So far,
I haven't seen too much team play from the supports just yet. You know, you had previously Kuro rotate through, secured the 4-minute rune for his mid laner, and Excess Vampire, as well as the CM on the bottom side, YYY, they're content just to stay down there.
Although YYY is up top now, going on Kuro. They've got the double slow out. It's getting pretty low, frostbitten up, and a nice last hit Lucen's Beam from Dream. So good rotation from Gambit, making sure they can get some of those kills. I would definitely say this off lane is the easier target for them.
Oh yeah.
And Mind Control, a little aggressive. Yeah, nice mango here from YYY, as you said, to just keep going forward with those spells. Now, no mangoes left, so he's going to have 1 spell rotation in from Weeha, and that is a very dead Crystal Maiden.
Yep. I'm liking the target prioritization that Gambit had in that previous fight. Mind Control had recently picked up the Infused Raindrops, so the harass that was coming through from the CM as well as the Luna, not quite as effective. But, and then saying, you know what, if that's the case, then we're just going to kill your Chen instead. But that time around, yeah, just overstaying their welcome a little bit. Should have realized that, well, those raindrops, they're still there.
And Weeha and GH diving on GPK in the mid lane. GPK has a regen once gets this dagger off, and there's a rotation from YYY to stop anything further.
You hurt the ones you love.
Blizzy working towards his soaring. I imagine, I haven't been watching him too much, but I imagine he's just been pulling creeps while his supports rotate.
As much as he can, but as a result of that, you can see here, Miracle, he's level 6, whereas Blizzy, he's stuck on his level 4. Got the ulti if you need to.
It's like they want to hold on to
use
it
it
for
on
now.
himself as well.
Yeah. GPK has rotated down. He's popped that regen rune, has full mana. Maybe just looking for an easy pick off on GH. That is an easy Laguna. Yep, GH will fall.
Alright, so that's a bit of a better rotation. This laning stage going nowhere near as poorly this time around for Gambit. So it's always going to be a scary prospect with Miracle here farming up to a decent extent. He's in the lead on his net worth. He's got the Arcane Ring, which is really great for Slark, despite not being an intelligence hero, just to be able to spam out those dark packs.
And looking at Weeha, he's getting very active on the map now, making sure that Nigma's putting out as much pressure as they can.
Yep. I'm liking a bit more of these Well, the rotations have been better from YYY, you know, as opposed to just sitting around and letting Nigma come to them. He's taken the front foot. Excess Vampire, he stayed on this top side, which I can understand. You know, you want to make sure that Dream's going to have an alright time. Hopefully he doesn't go more than 1 point into the leech seed. I think it's just a bit of value for the catch.
And that is pretty dangerous here for Dream with the Weehaw rotation. The heal is out from the Treant, keeping Dream alive for now. Wee throws out the ultimate. That is a very dead Luna. Curl might pay with his life. Looks like he's able to run away, and Excess Vampire in trouble now. He's juking through, running through the trees, trying to be as annoying as possible.
Yeah, I can't do all of that much. And I mean, this is the difference, right? With the draft, you've got the Chen. He used the Divine Favor to bring Weehaw towards the top side. They were able to get an easy kill from that. And yeah, they're just transitioning that into further kills. Whereas you've got GPK sitting in the jungle. Sure, it's great with a couple of these stacks that he's been able to put up for himself, but there's no lane pressure happening as a result of it. And you can see now, this Vampire, he had to TP back up towards the top side, but he might be going down once more.
Looks like he's pretty safe in the trees right now, although they do have vision on him. Mind Control just being as annoying as possible, and this is the Mars rotation, so Slow is out on Mind Control. He does not have his ultimate skilled at the moment. If Blizzy can get this tree, the arena is there. He still has the spear left to throw, and GPK here as well. Easy kill. Continuing that snowball that you said was important on Lena, and she still has the Laguna Blade if they want to go for something else.
Yeah, Miracle's sitting up the top side of the... Oh, Dream, he's in a bit of trouble though. This is horrible for Gambit. They need to get people there ASAP, but it's just going to be too late.
And the tree heal keeping Dream alive is pretty impressive there. Miracle has the ultimate to shift into. Dream salving as well with GPK here. The Laguna Blade is out, and the Luna... A few more hits, but the kill goes to the Crystal Maiden. CM right click.
Yeah, so they actually get something out of it. This is really good for Gambit. You know, that time around as well, they were able to keep control of one of their outposts. They nearly had both, actually. But Kuroki getting it with about half a second to spare. So that XP gone to both sides, and yeah, I mean, we just saw the effectiveness of being able to be a bit more fighting fit early on.
This Excess Vampire heal it's 2 fights in a row where it's really extended the lifespan of Dream and enabled Gambit to trade.
Yep. And again, it's that global presence. You know, you don't need to be standing next to them. That's why I really don't like the Leech Seed all too much. I can understand wanting the Nature's Grasp, wanting to stop the pressure coming out from this Wraith King, from the Chen. You know, they're always going to be really strong, as well as this Queen of Pain now that she's got her ultimate. So it's just playing the delay game right now, making sure that Vampire's the one taking the unsafe farm, trying to push out lanes as much as possible.
And
trying to find him.
Will they be able to? Yeah, they see him now. The stun is out. He can keep running through the trees, but that is not enough to keep him alive.
Yeah. A little bit slow on his ability usage. Might have been able to get away if he used the Leech Seed a little earlier, but I suppose he was mindful about giving away his position.
And here's Blizzy with GPK on the backline now. The spear is just a moment too late. It would have been a beautiful setup otherwise. And Weehaw has his ultimate here, so if they can get GPK low, they'll shove him out.
The team fight.
Yeah, the nice ultimate here from Crystal Maiden does get canceled. Dream ulting a lot of damage here, so Queen of Pain and Chen will fall, but here is Miracle with GH, the relocate in. They take out GPK instantly, and they disengage.
Well, just straight out of there, you know. They're able to slow down the Lina, but again, that was basically all ultimates popped to be able to get a couple of kills, and, well, they were able to secure their top tower. I think that's really important. Hopefully, Excess Vampire is going to start using the living armor on that. There we go. They just need to keep their map control as much as they can, although Blizzy, he's in a bit of trouble.
There is Dream here to back him up, though, and Slark not even a chance to get the ultimate off. Weehaw's gonna blink in, trade for Blizzy. And there is a TP here from GPK as well as YYY. Mind Control does not have the ultimate. That has already been used. It doesn't have the second death. Weehaw fairly low, has the blink back up. Gets out. Nick of time, GH keeping him alive. And we'll see the mech on GH this game rather than on Kuro-Chen.
Okay, so just wanted to be that aura carrier on Kuroki. It's perfectly understandable. I wonder when he's going to start transitioning into a Holy Locket, because that's going to be real value this game. And as well, I mean, with the Treant Protector, you can see Excess Vampire, he's already got the Meteor Hammer queued up for himself. Who's going to carry the Spirit Vessel? Because that's going to be insane value against this heal lineup.
I guess Slark has a way to purge it, but otherwise...
It's more about the aura now, right? Because they reduce the effectiveness of the active. So just having the heal reduction aura against a Slark, a Wraith King, an Io, and a Chen is, I mean, it's probably one of the most valuable items in the game for him, right?
I imagine that could be on Mars. He'll be going for the Blink Dagger first, though. I can't see who else would build it.
Yeah, I can't either.
So GPK has the Yules and something else flying out. Let's see what that is. Oh, just Clarities. I was wondering if he had already hit the Boots of Travel. And a stun on to GPK here from Mind Control. Nigma is here with pretty much the full team. That is the full team. That is a very dead GPK.
Yeah. And, well, Io and Slark, they're going to go back towards the top side. Mind Control actually able to secure that one. A little bit surprising, to be honest. And if you are to make any sort of rotation into the Radiant jungle, that's how you need to do it. You need to include the entire team, because after losing that tier 1 tower, they don't have the outpost. They've got essentially zero information outside of this observer ward on the high ground.
Excess Vampire in a little bit of trouble. He seems to be fast enough to run himself away. And Nigma want this tower. They want to take over more map control.
Yeah, Excess Vampire, he moves forward, he casts the Nature's Graph just to try and slow it down again. A couple of seconds away from using the Living Armor one more time. Instantly uses it up onto the tower. Yeah, much better map play coming out from Gambit this time around.
They're scarier to fight into right now. I think in the last game we would have seen Nigma pressure that harder, but the threat of Overgrowth, Eclipse, Arena, that's pretty scary. And so I think Nigma is making the right choices, right? To slow play this a little more.
Yep, I completely agree. And I'm liking this build coming out from GPK as well. So he's going into the Blink Dagger as well as the Mars. So not wanting to keep the initiation potential all focused onto one hero. We were talking before about, you know, it's great if they can get off their ultimates, but how do you begin that fight? And a Blink Yule Scepter is a good way to try and bait in a few of the Nigma heroes.
And pulling up net worth because I'm terrible and left these poor, wonderful people on last hits for a very long time. Dream is doing significantly better this game, sitting at the top of the net worth chart. He has that Helm of the Dominator. Luna able to, I would say, farm faster than Monkey, you know, just because of the glaives. Although I didn't really see many stacks to accelerate his farm, if any. I know GPK was stacking for himself, but I don't know if the supports had a chance to stack for Dream.
Yeah, not too much. I mean, Excess Vampire, he was basically attached to him at the hip, trying to, oh, he's baiting out a few of these overgrowths, trying to get the base going, the game audio. But yeah, you can just see how much pressure Nigma's trying to put onto these towers. You know, top tower taking a ton of damage, mid tower as well. He's got the Living Armor available, maybe just trying to wait for his level 8 to power it up a little bit. And he's going to instantly use it onto the mid tower.
And there is a smoke here from Gambit looking to invade the Radiant jungle and see who they can find. And yeah, I guess it's going to be Mind Control, but I don't know if that's the target you want. He has a second life if he wants to use it. There is the relocate on Io. So Nigma, I guess, choosing not to do anything about this. They're just going to let him fall.
Yeah. Just letting us enjoy the Doom music when he respawns.
I did enjoy that. I think that's a great little musical effect.
Mm-hmm. Now we just need some Animal Crossing music for some, you know, some wholesome comparisons.
I don't know if we need that.
I mean, that was the greatest crossover of all time, releasing on the same day, you know, and the community's really supporting each other. Kuro, look at this warding mission that he's gone. He's popped the smoke and dropped a bunch there in deep in the dire jungle. give a lot more information, and it went undetected.
And Miracle eating the Laguna Blade, now stuck in the arena, but he just gets to leap out. And that is Arena and Laguna down, so Nigma can probably fight pretty successfully. The YYY ultimate now canceled here from Mind Control. Now going on to YYY, he should fall. We'll see if they can get more. The Overgrowth holding people on the backside, but the Eclipse coming down, doing a lot of damage. But is it enough? Blizzy will lock down the Miracle Slark Isle, trying to keep him alive. It's not enough, though. They lose the Slark. 3 dead on the side of Gambit. GH also to fall, so it is a 3 for 2 in the favor of Nigma this time.
It is, but did Slark, did he die?
Yes, Slark did fall.
Yeah, he got 2 permanent agility stacks from that, so not horrible for him in terms of his scaling ability into the later stages, but I mean, it's not horrible for Gambit. They did have to pop a few ultimates to try and make that happen, though, so maybe it's the play from Nigma's side to, you know, instantly reset and go again, although I suppose on their side as well. Sonic Wave used, hit perfectly onto 3 from Weeha. Hand of God used, Reincarnate, still a minute and a half until it's coming back online, so I'd say about an even trade.
Yeah, both teams are a little cooldown dependent. Yeah, I mean, Gambit are more so. Obviously, they certainly need those ultimates, and yeah, well, Nigma might want to do something here. They're certainly posturing for it. Just continuing to try and take this tower through the living armor. That must be so frustrating.
And this is pre-repair kit as well. Let's not forget about that. If Gambit get lucky with that at the 27-minute mark, Nigma are going to be kicking themselves.
That being said, as far as late game potential, if Gambits play this game as just a delay, are they, you know, is delaying for Dream actually going to work out for them, or are we concerned about a timer?
Ooh, I mean, I feel like you've got a lot more potential for this Wraith King to become that third core than the Mars. In terms of his late game scaling, you can toss him on the front lines a lot more easily. Again, he's not super cooldown dependent. You know, his ultimate ends up being a bit more of a luxury for them. I suppose it really depends on the style of items that they're going here on Gambit. You can see the MKB is next on the agenda for Dream. He's using that to try and push out a little bit faster, keep a lot of pressure on all sides of the map. I'm liking this, taking a bit more aggressive farm, and he's not being punished for it. So this is the sort of thing that you need to have happen if you're going to try and eke out a win against a team like Nigma.
And I mean, they were content to just let Dream farm and push that. They must know Gambit's ultimates are back up. You know, everybody has ultimates on both sides, so they'll have to be careful about initiating and maybe see if they can pop one. I think Dream might be in trouble here. Nigma can relocate in if they need
he's so
to.
Close to his level 3 ulti as well. He's just picked it up. See you later, Kuro creeps.
And
oh, they've spotted him as well.
And Kuro pretty low here, eats the Laguna, yeah. So that's a nice pickoff for Gambit, giving them some space on the map and continuing to hold this middle tower, which has more health every time I look at it.
Oh yeah, relocate, I hear it. Dream, he's on his own.
He's had to pop the BKB, and now is turning around with the Eclipse. In comes GBK with the Blink, and that is GH taken out. Now that's a BKB and an Eclipse used for an IO. They'll have to make sure they can get something. Yeah, if they get this tower, that's a pretty strong trade. And they can go for more. Now that's a Quap ultimate out. The arena will be dropped. Can they take out this Mind Control's first life? So that's the first life down onto the Wraith King, and now the Queen of Pain does fall. Now Dream in a little bit of trouble. Miracle forced to ultimate, and Gambit disengaging, taking their 2.5 kills, and the tower gets denied.
I think that fight could not have gone any better for Gambit. You know, it's felt like Dream was caught in a bit of a compromising position there, but of course he's got the BKB to be able to turn that around. A bit of outplays coming with the use of the Manta style, and then just turning around, bursting down the IO. Great target prioritization with the Eclipse. He's got his Holy Locket queued up now on GH, so just trying to get that little bit of extra damage. And perfect freezing field positioning as well from YYY. He got the full channel off and did a ton of damage.
And he'll be going for Force Staff first on the Crystal Maiden. Just probably to get away from the Slark leash and any other Chen creep lockdown as well. The unfortunate part of that is, you know, no Glimmer Cape, no free ultimate.
True, but I think he's relying on the rest of his team to get those off, right? Like, if you've got an overgrowth happening into a Meteor Hammer, it's very tough to try and contest a freezing field, plus the Arena of Blood. And I feel like there's a lot higher priority targets.
And Excess Vampire has the urn finished, and what is it, about 1800 or so away from getting that Spirit Vessel. And Dream is ready to fight. He has that Manta, he has the Helm, he has the BKB, and Nigma don't have a way to heal their towers.
Vision of GH here.
And he will get taken out. Yep, nice. Laguna Blade, very effective here against this IO. And I'm a little surprised to not just see him picking up any kind of casual magic resistance.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit rough for him. He's got the Ring of Tarask, so that regen's always nice. But yeah, like you were saying before, the magic resist is going to be really effective as well for Gambit once he reaches level 15 on the Crystal Maiden. You know, an extra 8% for the entire team, I think, is the route that he's going to go down, just because the ability to survive for that little bit longer against the Dark Pact, against the Queen of Pain, a lot of the other damage coming out from the team of Nigma.
What is Wraith King has gone? Mind Control's gone for Drums, Blink, and Phase Boots this game. So a very active Wraith King as opposed to maybe the Armlet or the Radiance. It does make him a little bit less of a core, in a sense. You know, not building the traditional core items when we were talking about late game scaling, but he still has a lot of inventory slots left.
I think it's fine, and well, we were talking before about the split push potential coming from Dream. That mid lane kept in very deep. That's why I really like where they took that last fight as well, because after winning it with their ultimates, they were able to immediately transition it into a tower. Sure, they didn't get the last hit, but still pretty value. And I think the real timing that they're playing around for right now is this Spirit Vessel on X-Vampire. It's going to make them so much stronger with their teamfight potential. He's even got his level 2 ultimate now, so an extra second of lockdown. It's going to be a game changer.
We'll have to see if they can do it while Dream still has this Aegis. Obviously, they don't want to waste
He spotted out this miracle. He's under an invis, not a smoke, so not getting instantly picked off, but all 5 Nigma heroes on this bottom side.
And Nigma knows.
And they're going to have to move.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this top side. You've got a siege creep here. You've got lunar illusions. They're going to be cutting the wave, making sure that you can get maximum value out of it.
Lot of drawing on the map happening right now. We are looking to get an Orchid. I imagine that's just another way to cancel YYY. Maybe be able to take out the Lina. You can't really use it on Dream with the Manta and the BKB.
Yeah. I'd be looking to target probably the Treant, actually.
Just to prevent all of the sustain?
Yeah, and at least, you know, you've got that BKB on the Slark, but well, I suppose Weeha has it as well, but you want to enable Wraith King, for example, to be able to move around in these team fights, and if he's tanking up a lot of these slows, it's a lot harder to do so.
And GPK has finished up the Ags, so...
Kuro might get caught out here. Dream's following him.
I think he's just gonna lose a few creeps, although with YYY coming in from the other side, and GPK here too, just to seal the deal. A lot of Gambit heroes in the neighborhood there.
I feel like Vampire was so close to using the Overgrowth, but realizing that the BKB was up on Queen of Pain, so hoping for the stun first before trying to transition that into any sort of further damage.
And he is so close to that Spirit Vessel. And I mean, not even sure, it's obviously going to be effective, but Dream alone, just the pushing, he's sitting about 4,000 net worth higher than the Slark, who's the next closest. They're getting a ton of map control and tower damage here. And with GPK and Excess Vampire sitting on the back line, what can Nigma even do? They're ignoring this.
They have no glyph left. I mean, sure, they've got outer towers, but that tier 2 tower, it doesn't have too much HP left. They could probably even attempt the backdoor, but probably not worth to make that sort of risky play when they're in a winning position so far.
And Mind Control just sat on the top lane to put a little bit of pressure onto that tier 3, but Nigma, surprising, choosing not to fight there. So we're close to an MKB here on Miracle. What other items are we waiting on? Looks like Halberd for Mind Control. The Crest for Kuro. And yep, still, Weeha hasn't committed to any of the Orchid parts yet, so that could still change.
Look at how confident they're playing now with Dream. They know they don't have Glyph, and they're just leaving him on his own a little bit towards the mid lane. Now his team links up with him, but again, the high ground is going to be contested. What sort of stuns do they have to start the fight?
And a jump in from Mind Control and the Queen of Plane. YYY will fall instantly. The Meteor Hammer coming out too late. First life lost here from Mind Control. That ultimate doing everything. And yeah, Miracle falling on the other side of the fight. That is a buyback here from GH. Meanwhile, Luna Illusion's working on the base. Guap thrown up in the air. Weeha in trouble. He'll fall inside the arena.
Oh, this ain't looking good for Nigma.
Yeah.
The base continues to get harassed. That's 2 lanes gone, and they might just transition into the Ancient.
Yep, jump forward here from Blizzy. Now GH and Weeha trying to do what they can. GH gonna fall a second time. That is a dieback. Kuro also getting quite low, going on Blizzy, but you know, of course, Blizzy blocking pretty much all of that damage. Kuro to fall as well. He has buyback. Another buyback here from Mind Control. Weeha has to blink out. And will this be enough? Can they hold them back? Nigma throwing everything they've got at them. Waiting a few more seconds.
BKB.
Yeah, and now Miracle is up. There's no Aegis here on Luna anymore. Towers have fallen, and Gambit looked to back off, not quite closing the game out, maybe.
I think they just want the passive damage coming onto the Ancient. You know, it's still a 5v4 situation.
And a blink in here from Weeha. That BKB is used. BKB popped by Miracle as well. He's falling so quick to the right click. He has to ultimate. Stuck inside the arena. Will he be able to take out Blizzy? There's so many heals. Blizzy is so tanky. And Dream just continuing to hit away. A buyback from Blizzy. Miracle to fall. Does not have buyback. Blink forward from GPK. Stun onto Mind Control. And GG is called. As Mind Control doesn't even have the second life.
Do you ever notice how much less chat wheel happens when you're in a losing position?
Ha! Shocker!
I know, right?